Greetings, it is I, Susie Q. How the heck are you? What's showing up in your field? What is illuminating the miracles in your life? And what is like turning you on right now? What's really turning you on and lighting you up with so much beautiful energy and beautiful sense of, that feeling of miracles in your field. So, this morning it's like been super, super groovy because I had a session with my great, 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 great granddaughter. So as an Akashic reader, a lot of times people can identify me from another timeline or another experience, and I just lean in and go, I love my great, 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 great granddaughter. So we had a 3-hour conversation today, and what I love it is that I've got 6 grandchildren that are in this timeline, right? And it's like super fun to kind of lean into other people's approaches with reconciling with me, and even a lot of times when people kind of recognize me. A lot of them, they'll say, you're not exactly what I thought you would be, right? You're the look that you have is just so different. So a lot of times back when I was back in Texas, in Houston, when I was doing the Akashic Records, people would perceive me as an old woman or an old Indian woman. And I can't see it, but they can see it. So I believe them, right? So, but they see a different version of me. And I don't know what it means where I don't look like that in their own vision, but they just see me and they recognize me and they know me. And so, as an Akashic reader, I can go in and go into those records and get more insights. But oftentimes, for me, as an Akashic reader or writer or storyteller, right, with the Akashic records, is that, it's really kind of fun just kind of sit back, right? So when I have sessions, I go straight to the records, which is super awesome and cool. But then also, I have the ability to kind of discern, do I need to share something with a person, right? And unless they ask, if somebody asks me, I can go really quickly into going into a level of discernment that might be something reasonable for them for their present moment of now, right? So anyway, so that's like super fun. So saying this, my great, 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 great granddaughter. So we were talking, and whenever I go to a lecture or whenever I go to an event, I always have these silly little index cards. I don't have it in front of me. I've got one taped to my laptop right now, but I always take these little index cards and I always make notes. I love making notes because I love when I'm actually actively listening and really intently experiencing the reality that is unfolding for me to be a witnesser or an observer or just an active listener. I just love taking a few notes. And even if, I use the notes or sometimes I might do some automatic writing based on some of the notes, it's really, really fun to kind of lean into another person's vibration and feel their beautiful gorgeousness and frequency as they're operating from. And so today it was my 3-hour session with my great 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 granddaughter. And so she proposed this question to me. So sometimes, when we look at our grandchildren, right? Maybe the grandchildren from long ago or maybe grandchildren in the future, it seems like to me that a lot of these younger folks, have a little bit more sense of guidance or awareness, and are seeing things a little bit more clearly. So this is what I got this morning. So the world is opening up. The world is opening up, and that is what my great 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 granddaughter suggested, is that the world is opening up. And she was proposing it to me. She's like, Susie, so the world is opening up. What would it look like for you? And what would you like to experience? And what would you like to flow into? And what else might you consider as the world is opening up in a strange and amazing and wonderful way? And so even right now, like this global stuff is like kind of so cray cray, right? It's like we can't really understand like exactly what is right, what is wrong, what is green, what is purple. It's all these different shapes and all these other kinds of sensory feelings, but we're really kind of starting to kind of maybe wake up a little bit more. So how am I waking up with it? How am I waking up was another comment that she made to me this morning. How am I waking up with it? Well, I think waking up to something, that's been different or strange or just kind of like, I never thought this would go down like this. But when we really look at it, the world is opening up, and how am I waking up to it? And I would have to say from my own juicy self that my awakening up to this new world or this new experience is that I continue to put out content, even if it's silly or, cuckoo. Sometimes I just go completely squirrel. But I really acknowledge each one of you that are listening to this right now, that whatever is opening up for you or waking up inside of you, it's like right on the precipice of something amazing, or it's almost like there's like a door that you need to open, but you don't have the key, right? So you're just kind of like on the precipice of something amazing. And, I always talk about that threshold energy. You may be walking through one room to another room, and then there's a threshold there. And then it's like you're almost like stepping into this brand new bandwidth of consciousness that, like, just like, whoa, I've been ready. I've been waiting for something good. I've been waiting for something good. And that's kind of how that happens with, am I waking up with it, right? This new sense of the world is opening up. It's like that's almost like moving your body. You're using your larger joints, your hips, your knees, your ankles, just to kind of keep on moving, keep on grooving, right? And as we continue to kind of be in that state of, that expectancy, right? That expectancy energy and expectancy frequencies that are saying that it's really close, right? It's like super close. And it's almost like as if, this is so cray cray, is that when we're looking at the world is opening up, is that we're starting to see that where we're seated in with our energy and with our signature stamp of our soul's beautiful expression. It's super fun to play with it, because once we have kind of the inkling that something is coming in, it's coming in, it's coming in. But guess what? Guess what? It's very, very possible, very, very possible that what you're seeking and that new opening or that new widening of consciousness and that new frequencies and the new portals and the new vortexes that are coming in, I think this is from me. I believe, I believe, people. I believe that we're already there, but a lot of us are still a little bit blocked, a little bit skewed on exactly how do I tap into that energy. Let's just say I'm in the sea of the frequencies that are saying the world is opening up in cool, groovy ways, right? But there might be a little bit of a block, a little bit of kind of like that trepidation, to really step into those vortexes and to awaken to what is possible and what is next. And I would have to say, as we're still even talking about those larger joints with the lower part of the body, is that we want to just kind of keep on moving, keep on moving, keep on moving, right? And even if you're like, I'm moving, but I don't know why. Well, I think it's just going to be that action, that movement of action, that effective action that's coming through to really catapult that awareness that that which you are seeking or that which has been laid out for you as a beautiful divine being that you are, is that you have the ability to just say, yes, here I am. Yes, here I am. Yes, here I am. I'm already in it. I'm already in it. I'm already in it. It's super powerful when we look at it, because sometimes we're like, it's going to be on a Tuesday. It's going to be in another place that I'm not at, right? But when you really are seeking to find, the world is opening up, I would have to say that the vortexes in your field, right, your specific field of consciousness is already spinning. There's probably one, two, three, four, five different portals that are spinning right now that are supporting you to lean into a new world, a new way of looking at life, right? We do know, people. We know people. We know people. We know it's been kind of a challenge for like, I don't know, eons or three or four or five. But there's always been these opportunities to, in the face of something like, big bear chasing me, we learn maybe we can fly, right? Maybe we can become invisible. Maybe we can kind of float up to the sky or something. When something is, some force of energy that's not supporting us, we can become something else, right? We can can become a bird, or we can become something else, you know? So we start noticing that as these energies are always around us, right? So we have all these like opportunities to have a glorious existence and then a kind of a stinker over there. That stinker, we're going to move that one out, right? But we know that we have these opportunities through our lessons, through our divine purpose, and through our beautiful lessons in life. That is part of the quantum healing hypnosis technique energy that I play with, is that we look at the lessons and people, I mean, people are like, I hate the lessons. I'm keep screwing up. I'm always on the wrong side of the team, and I'm just always messed up, right? But when you really look at it, each one of these things are lessons for each one of us. It's not good or bad. It's kind of a neutral stance. So when you're working with the energies to step into that new world that's opening up, is that you have the opportunity to look at some of your experiences, past, present, future, concurrent running timelines, and you can just say, well, it's been a step by step journey for me. And it's been interesting, it's been fascinating. And like even for my own self, I've had all kinds of cuckoo stuff going on, right? But then I noticed that it seems like it's getting a little bit easier. It seems like it's those triggers or those blocks or those kind of funky monkey stuff that kind of shows up. You know, it's like this funky thing just comes in your field and you're like, whoa, what the heck is that, right? But when we start looking at the world is opening up, is that we want to start opening up our own self, our beautiful sense of, like right now with my throat chakra. So right now my throat chakra is extremely activated because I knew today that I was going to do a video. I've been a little bit under the weather, I've got allergies and stuff, but today was the day where I was going to actually use my throat chakra to speak into my truth and into my beautiful presence of that blue energy, and it's kind of bringing out any kind of consciousness with how about will it be like when I start waking up. And so when we look at it again, we really want to focus in on those portals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 portals that are already open for you. And a lot of people may not resonate with that, but it's kind of fun to think about that as we're speaking, as I'm speaking this into truth, the five portals or vortexes are humming. And it could be for me, it could be for you, it could be for the cat down the street. But we start noticing that possibility and that potentiality, once we're thinking like, oh God, something different's coming in, we have to just kind of like jump into it. It's like, boom, boom, shakalaka, boom, right? We kind of boom, we kind of bounce into it, we kind of fly into it, and we just start becoming that vortex. I had a beautiful divine friend back in I don't know, 2015. And I said, I'm getting all this vortex energy, and it's all this kind of spectacular visions that I'm getting with the vortex energy. And then she just said to me, Susie, you are the vortex. You are the vortex. I was like, whoa, stop the presses. I was like, really? So that's me. So each one of us, if we start looking at that, you know, that possibility of the world is, I have to look at my notes, the world is opening up, and how am I waking up with it? Is why don't you consider this? Why don't you? Little cute you, right? Why don't you look at it this way? That vortex or these portals or these things outside of you are just part of this experiment or excursion, right? But when you really look at it, that we are the portals. So when we talk about portal energy, we could have some other hovering energies, other portals or vortexes, but when we really look at it, it's us. It's us. Think about where we came from. We all came from Source, God, and we came in as little light beings and everything, and then poof, we got a body, right? And here we are. But then when you really look at it with that waking up and that, like, with the world is changing, it's opening up, is that we know that we're constantly waking up, we're constantly being open to what is coming through. And I think that the idea that my body and my essence and my soul expression is a portal in itself. And from that place, I can create at will. So what will I create? That's another video. Anyway, this has been super fun. Have a great day. It's St. Patrick's Day. I'm not wearing any green, by the way. Pinch me, pinch me, pinch me, pinch me. Anyway, so have a super great day and namaste.